guys. Okay, so this is my update on the wax samples on my newsletter. I shared this a while ago, a couple weeks ago, and some people had some questions and reservations on if it was going to work. Some people had some concerns about it leaking through to the other side, which I have tested, and you can see there is no leaking. The oil, that is just the light coming through, but you can see there's no oil. Nothing from the fragrance, nothing from the wax has seeped through. I am using cardstock paper though, because it prints better anyway. So I print from home on cardstock paper. This is my big monthly newsletter that I do every month, so I don't mind spending a little bit more on paper as well. So doesn't leak through. The other concern that some people had was that you weren't going to be able to smell it on the paper, and I have tested it and it smells fabulous. So it looks like it's going to work over the summer. I'll show you what I'm going to do whenever I can find the bag. So over the summer, with the heat, it's probably going to be a little bit of a concern. So I have bought these little bags, and what I'm going to do is just pop them in there. They fit perfectly. They slide right in. And then instead of just gluing them directly on at that point, I will be gluing the little baggies instead, so that they're staying put inside of here. But for right now, it is not melting season yet, so I am safe. I'm good to go. Total amount of time that this has taken me, I would say, so this is obviously I had to design the first one, so it's tough to say exactly how long this has taken me for this, because I had to design like the entire layout and get all the pictures set up and everything. But every month I'm hoping it is quicker and quicker and easier and easier. But every month the format's going to stay the same. I'm just going to update it with whatever LTOs. I'm just doing these for LTOs as of right now. So our scent of the month, and I put 10% off. This is the Epcot Flower and Garden. I've got our Easter collection, and I've got Batman. So this is March information going on right now. I didn't have any of the Harry Potter scent in, so I left that off. But again, you know, you can customize it to however you want. The instructions on there say pop off each wax circle below to smell, and then mark in the chart below if you like it, love it, or we'll leave it. And then right here, this is where they're going to be marking down what, you know, how they felt about the scent. And then it says over here, grab your March smells. Text number, they have 4 different options. So number 1, they can text me and I'll order it for them and send them an invoice on Square or Venmo or whatever, whoever, but I use Square to keep it all in one place. Number 2, order directly on my website at thescentedsouthernnhome.com. But if you're doing this, I strongly suggest doing number 3 below. Number 3 is order under your free rewards link. Just message me and tell me you want a rewards link, and I'll make one for you. Accumulate freebies and half off coupons as you go. And then 4, the 4th option is to order through Scentsy Club for discounted shipping. More info at the Scented Southern Home. And the Scented Southern Home is my link tree. So when you go to that, it has a bunch of different things, but it's, you know, all the things that are mentioned. I'm minimizing my link tree. I'm pulling it way back. So hopefully they can find what they're looking for a little bit quicker. So the idea is you make the samples. Okay. So how long it took me. I've got my chocolate melter over here. It is it's so messy. And that's a smaller capacity one. I probably could get a bigger one, but I don't need to. So suggested by another leader in this group, or in this company, what they do is they take a couple cubes of wax, they pop it in the chocolate melter, and then they take the felt circles and they put them inside with the wax as it's melting. Okay. So you turn on your melter. You could also do this in a warmer, totally fine as well. But you turn on your chocolate melter, you put the 3 cubes of wax in there, and what I'm doing is 50 at a time. So I'm taking 3 cubes of wax and 50 scent circles, and I'm popping them in there at the exact same time. So as the wax melts, it soaks up in to the felt. I stir it up to make sure that it's all nice and saturated. And then I take one of these one of these little pieces of paper that I've got a gajillion left over of. And I just lay them out flat to dry because I have found that it is easier if you do lay them out. And then they dry, okay? And then what you do, so here's my paper. I've already got the other ones on here and I'm working on the Epcot ones now. Total, you know, I turn that on and it does its thing while I'm working on something else. So I don't even think about it. I literally come over, I stir it up, I plop it on a piece of paper and lay it out. That probably takes a total of 1 minute probably. So then I turn on my hot glue gun, okay? So my hot glue gun, I have a high and a low setting. I have used both and haven't noticed that much of a difference. Someone's concern was, well, what about the little stringies on the hot glue gun? There's one on here right now and I'm not sure if you can even see it. It is so microscopic. So it's not messy at all. But if you do have a concern about that, you can purchase the one that has a high-low setting, Craft Bond dual temp Elmer's, that's what this one is. So I take it, you can do all the samples at one time. So the whole idea of where this came from and the reason I wanted to do this was I'm tired of bagging and labeling and stapling and doing a separate card for every single collection comes out and mailing something, doing a mailer for Valentine's Day and then another one for Easter and another one for Mother's Day. It's just too much. It's just too much. So I'm doing one newsletter with all the information, sending it out. If the wax sells out before it gets there, no problem, because guess what? They can add it to Scentsy Club. So as long as I get this out before it's gone from Scentsy Club, that's my big goal, okay? Take advantage of the early access release collection bars and a lot of the other stuff I've had on hand. Like I didn't have a thing of the a bar of the DC Justice League, so I asked the teammate if she could send it to me, you know. So I'm making the most of it. But even if I waited and I ordered it and it got here, it still would be getting out right now. So I'm really not that late. So anyway, okay. So I already have some of these on here, but the glue will stay hot enough that you can do all of them at the exact same time. So you just come through. Obviously this would be laying down. So this is going to be much more messy than if it was laying down, but I'm trying to show you guys how I do it. You just go boom, 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 boom. And you take the yellow, the green, the pink. Here's your samples. Labels underneath. Not gonna fall off. It's fabulous. Okay, so you let it dry and then I just make a stack of them, okay? So then now I have a stack of all of my newsletters, okay? I'm going to test it too. I was thinking they do sell like wax paper strips that I was thinking like when it starts to get kind of warm but not quite ready for these guys, maybe laying some wax sample or some wax paper strips in there. I don't think I'm going to need that though. I think I'm just going to go straight to the bags and skip over that. So then this is how we prevent the scent transfer from happening, okay? This is a newsletter. I am mailing it in an envelope. So you take it and you trifold it. So this bottom section is going to stop the scent transfer for these guys. And then this paper right here is going to stop the scent transfer for these in theory, okay? I'm gonna test it. I'm mailing them to myself. I'm really trying to crack this down so that I can save money. I can do one giant mailer every single month. And I cannot spend so much time on making samples because for me, it wasn't paying off. Now, samples are very important. I believe in them strongly. If they sell it or if they smell it, you will sell it, right? We've said that forever. So I do think I need to get in front of people, but it was not bringing me joy. It was bringing me a lot of stress and anxiety, and I didn't like it. So I sat and I thought and I said, how can I change this? And hot gluing them was my solution. So that's where I'm at, you guys. Once I get these all made up, I'm going to pop them in an envelope and I will be able to mail these out with one stamp. They fold, they flex, they do all the fabulous things that they need to do. And there's my mailer. They've got all the collection smellies. All in all, I think if I were to really sit down after making all the samples, again, if, you know, let's say, how many do I have on here? 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 bars that I'm making samples with for this. If you make the samples and lay them out while you're working on other stuff, that maybe will take 5 minutes, you know, a minute per. It's super, super fast to just mix up the felt and lay them out. To sit down and do this, a stack of 50 probably took me 20 minutes. So 25 minutes to make 8 bars of samples. Done. Done and done. That's what I need. That hours I was spending on making other samples for collection. So this is what I'm doing. It may not work for you, and that is a-okay. My feelings won't be hurt, and that is fine. I still love you, but this is what I'm doing. And so far, so good. So we'll see how it goes over the summer, and I'll update you guys if anything changes. But if y'all have any questions, as always, you can ask me. All right. Bye, y'all.